The drowning reason your coastline steals cities from you, and in Jakarta, 2023, it buried a neighborhood so completely 3,000 people woke to the ocean in their living rooms. Your ground is sinking right now. You can't feel it. Nobody tells you. But the reason it's happening lives inside the weight of your own body. Here's what they never taught you. Every coastal city on Earth sits on sediment. Sand, silt, compressed clay, layers that hold the weight of everything humans have ever built. For generations, people drilled into those layers, pulled out the groundwater beneath. Drinking water, industrial water, agricultural water. And when the water drains out, the sediment compresses, collapses inward. The city drops. This process has a name, subsidence. It sounds clinical. It isn't. In Ho Chi Minh City, the ground falls 2 centimeters every single year. In Shanghai, entire districts have sunk 3 meters since 1920. 3 meters. A full story underground, while the city above kept building higher. But Jakarta is the one that should stop you cold. The capital of Indonesia is sinking faster than any major city on Earth. In its worst neighborhoods, North Jakarta, the ground has dropped 4 meters in the last 30 years. Not inches, meters. The seawall that protects the city from the Java Sea was built to sit above sea level. Now sections of it are underwater. The wall built to keep the ocean out is submerged beneath the ocean it was built to stop. In 2020, Indonesia announced it would relocate its entire capital city. Not because of corruption or politics, because Jakarta is physically disappearing into the earth. 17 million people, one of the most populated urban areas on the planet. Gone, not from a disaster you can run from, but from the slow, invisible collapse of the ground itself. And you already know what pulls the water out. You do it every single day. Wait, here's where it gets stranger, because subsidence isn't the only force eating your coastlines. There's something else. Something the ocean is doing on its own. Sea levels are rising 3.7 millimeters per year globally. That number sounds small. It isn't, because it compounds. But subsidence in Jakarta adds another 25 millimeters per year on top of that. 2 forces, one moving up, one moving down. And the city caught between them has nowhere left to go. But the most disorienting part, the land is fighting back somewhere else entirely. Some coasts don't sink. They rise. This is called isostatic rebound, and it's one of the most stunning geological forces on Earth. During the last ice age, glaciers a kilometer thick pressed down on land masses across Scandinavia, Canada, and northern Britain. The sheer weight of the ice drove the crust down into the mantle below. When those glaciers melted, roughly 12,000 years ago, the pressure released, and the land began rising. It's still rising. Parts of Scandinavia are lifting at 11 millimeters per year. The same geological engine, the Earth's crust floating on a semi-fluid mantle, adjusting to weight above it, is swallowing Jakarta and raising Stockholm. The difference is what's pressing down. In Jakarta, it's your buildings, your pipes, your water extraction. In Scandinavia, it was ice. Ice retreated. Buildings don't. Here's the callback. Remember the weight living inside your own body. Every city is a body pressing into the Earth. The heavier the city, the deeper it sinks. A 2021 study in Nature Sustainability found that the combined weight of all buildings in New York City causes measurable subsidence. Manhattan is sinking, not from water extraction alone, from mass, from concrete, from steel. The skyline you see is slowly, incrementally pressing the island it stands on into the ocean surrounding it, and the ocean is rising to meet it. By 2050, over 1 billion people will live in coastal zones vulnerable to subsidence. The cities most at risk, Jakarta, Dhaka, Bangkok, Shanghai, Miami, sit on exactly the kind of loose, water-saturated sediment that compresses under load. Miami is built on porous limestone. It physically cannot build seawalls. The water comes up through the ground beneath the walls. They call it sunny day flooding. Blue sky, dry weather, street ankle-deep in seawater rising through the pavement. These aren't future projections. These are current conditions. The cities aren't dying someday. They're dying now, centimeter by centimeter, in the gap between the measurements scientists take and the maps that still show those cities whole. Indonesia is building a new capital in the jungle. Jakarta will be left behind, but nobody is talking about who stays. 17 million people can't all relocate. The ones who can't afford to leave will be the ones still living there when the final seawall goes under. Jakarta isn't the last city to make this choice. It's the first. Which city quietly abandons its people next? And what does the world do with a drowned capital that's still on every map?